Yo, what up, what up, what up? You watching Talks with Cornelius, right? So, I ain't gonna keep too much of your time, but I definitely gotta keep enough of your time so that you could, you know, you know, know what the channel's about. You feel me? If you don't know too much about me, I am a serial entrepreneur. I come from the construction industry. I come from the music industry. I come from, just being an all around entrepreneur. And throughout my life, I have ups and I had downs, and 20s and do it all over again. I'm gonna tell you what I would do differently. When I first jumped off the porch, I'm gonna say jumped off the porch because it's my terminology or where I come from. That's how we talk. You know what I'm saying? I come from Dallas, Texas. I come from the hood. Really nothing. A poor family. I pretty much had no guidance coming up, and then the guidance that I did have coming up, it came from outsources. My father was in prison for 13 years of my life, and I really didn't have the father figure that I needed around because my dad was in prison. But long story short, my mom, she pretty much raised me, my two sisters, by herself. She tried everything that she could do, literally everything that she could do. At the age 17, I lost my mother to a tragic car accident, and from that day it changed my life. Right, I suffer from like a lot of depression. I suffer from a lot of grief. I suffer from a lot of things. Right, and really, I never really talk about this situation, but I think me talking. Just talking about the situation and y'all actually listening to my story, it can help y'all and whoever's watching. If you watch right now, then it could help you, So pretty much from the age 17, I've been on my own. I've been hustling, you know what I'm saying? From cutting grass to working a job to starting a business. I've been really getting it the way that I know best to get it. And that's just to get it from creating businesses and doing what I'm supposed to do as a man. And everything is not all peaches and cream. I had ups, I had downs, stuff like that. Long story short, I want to talk to the people you know, that is in their early 20s and they feel like they are missing out or lacking something, or they supposed to have everything that they need right now. And I'm here to tell you, you are exactly where you need to be in life right now. If you're in your early 20s, your late 20s, your early 30s, the things that you need to do if you are in your early 20s is really take your life seriously, because your early 20s and your 20s in general shapes your 30s. Just like your early 30s, mid 30s shapes your 40s. So whatever you do within that decade of time matters in the next decade of time that you are here on this earth, right? So I didn't realize that until I turned 33, which I didn't waste a lot of time. I made a shit ton of money, but the things that I learned late because I did a lot of partying. I did a lot of sleeping around with women. I just did the average stuff that a lost 20-year-old would do. And I'm really here to tell you that you don't have to take the route that I took as in my early 20s, because I was really hurt. I was lost. I was dealing with trauma. I was trying to figure out my life to the point to where I didn't really have guidance like that. And then I didn't meet my dad till I was like, I met him before, but I didn't really remember meeting my dad till I was like 14. And it's just been me being real. And that's when he got out of prison. But me and my dad, we pretty cool. We like best friends now. He is definitely a idol in my life when it comes to showing me and guiding me through the things that he's been through and stuff like that. I love him to death, but no shade towards him. I'm just telling y'all my story on what I remember when I was growing up. But nevertheless, if you are in your 20s, you really got to prioritize the situation of where you want to be in life. And yeah, we just not jumping off the porch. Yeah, we just not going outside. Yeah, we probably just not moving out our parents' house. Yeah, we probably doing all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to understand what do I really want, where do I really want to be, and what do I really want to build. And I didn't understand that at my younger days. And I understood that later on in my late 20s, almost 30. And I'm 33 now. But you cannot rush the process of becoming the man or woman that you want to be. You have to understand progress takes time. You cannot say, oh, I'm 18, I'm 20, or I'm 21, and I'm finally free, and I'm jumping off the porch, and I'm gonna live on my own. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I was 20, things were a lot cheaper. Now, in today's age, 2025, things are a lot more expensive. So it's okay if you need an extra year, 2 years, 3 years to live in your parents' house to really figure out what you want to do. Never rush your process because you see other people trying to go and do things that you ain't done before. Focus on your process and progress, right? And I got children now. When my children get older, I'm gonna allow them to make their own decisions, but I'm gonna give them the proper, you know, structure on how to be the person that you need to be so that you could be successful and for your future. You know, nobody told me that I had to learn it on my own and I had to go through trials and tribulations, hang around the wrong people. But more of the story is what I'm telling you is surround yourself around the people that look more like your future and less like your past. If you hanging with people that constantly want to party, constantly want to waste time, constantly want to have pointless conversations, I promise you, 5, 10, 20 years from now, you will be in a position to where you lack education, you lack motivation, you always depressed, you always in a situation to where you find yourself blaming everybody else except for yourself. It's nobody's fault that you don't have what you have. It's only your fault, right? And we all get the same 24 hours. And I understand, you know, we all dealing with different circumstances, but God gave us the same 24 hours for a reason. It's because just because you didn't grow up with a silver spoon, you're never supposed to have it in your mind that somebody owe you something or they're gonna give you something. You have to go and take what you want, or you have to go and create opportunities so that things can come your way. Like, always be teachable. That's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty much taking you through the parts to where you need to know, like, it's your responsibility. When you become an adult at the age of, I'm gonna say 18, it is your responsibility, because that is the age to where you can seriously get yourself into a lot of, you know, crazy stuff. So you have to understand your early 20s or whenever you jump off the porch, you yourself only is responsible for where you're going in life. And if you have a victim mentality and you're always blaming everybody else for what you do, you will find yourself going in a cycle of poverty. And I went in the cycle of poverty in my early 20s because I was surrounded by the wrong friends. I was dating the wrong women. I was, you know, making children. And I'm gonna say this, nothing against, I love my kids. But if you don't have children, hold off as long as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna tell you, okay, well, don't have sex or don't wait till you get married, because I'm not a saint. But what I am telling you is make the best decisions of your life when it comes to creating another life. If you know that you're not in a specific position to take care of children, don't make children. Don't be out here sleeping around. Don't be out here wasting your time. Don't be out here entertaining women, because that's not important. And it's easy to say, but I know it's hard to do, right? More of the story is what I'm saying is pretty much is your early 20s is gonna be a trial and error for your 30s. You're not gonna get it right the first time, and you don't have to feel bad to be like, oh, well, I'm stuck in my mama's house, I ain't got no money, I'm just a college kid. Like, that's the process of becoming a multimillionaire that you want to become. And most people don't understand that. They try to rush the process. They try to put themselves in a situation to where they get instant gratification, but anything that comes easy does not last. You know, you might start some stuff along the way, meet some friends, get into some trouble, whatever. But anything that you try to do instant, it's not gonna last. So I'm just telling you, your early 20s it's gonna shape your 30s. So everything that you do in your early 20s is gonna matter in your 30s. And you gotta understand, I cannot be living like I can't die today or tomorrow. I gotta be living like today is my last day on earth. And when you live like that and have that mindset, you put yourself in a position to where you are further ahead of 90% of the world, you know? Pretty much 95% of the world, because everybody is feeding themselves cheap dopamine. Everybody is getting high. Everybody's sleeping around. Everybody's doing, the clubbing, the partying, and everything like that. But nobody is actually truly zoning in on their life and taking their life serious to the point to where they can actually put themselves in a non-compromisable situation. And what I mean by that is non-compromisable situation is if you check your bank account and you ain't got $1,000 saved up, you in trouble, right? And I'm just saying in your early 20s as a teen, as a college student, like whatever, you're in trouble. It's levels to the things that you want to do, but you have to allow yourself and your mind to develop certain things and habits in order to get to certain levels in life. And like McMill said, it's levels to this shit. It's really, really levels to life. The mindset that you're going to have at the age of 20, if you don't educate yourself, you might get it at the age of 30, but then, ask yourself this. Do you want to be a person that's in his 30s just now learning how to, live life, just not learning how to be more stable, just not learning how to be more responsible, just not learning how to deal with women or men, just not learning how to communicate? Like, you don't want to start that late. You feel me? And unfortunately for me, I'm not saying I started late at all. I started early, but some of the things I got later in life because I wasn't paying attention to the simple things that life was teaching me and showing me that I needed to pay attention to. And there's nothing wrong with my way of learning. Everybody got their own way of learning, but you have to understand, in order to fulfill what you're trying to do, it's going to be trial and error. And, that's why they put you through school or whatever, because you can't just jump off the porch and think you know it all. You got to go learn from the masters and stuff like that. I had a conversation with my little cousin. He's younger than me. He's in his early 20s. I think he just turned 21. And we was talking about, in order to be a master of something, you got to go through trial and error. And he cut hair, right? But I don't know if he thought that I was saying that you can't outshine the master, but what I was saying is when you learn from someone that has already been through trial and error, you learn from their mistakes so you can, not forfeit the bad decisions that they've made, but you learn from the bad decision that they've made in life in order to get to where they're at. And he didn't understand that. He was like, well, I'm gonna go on my own journey. The typical 20-year-old didn't want to listen. So with that being said, always remain a teachable individual. Like, don't think you know it all. Don't think that you have to speed up your progress because somebody else is making it further than you or faster than you. Don't think that you have to be a follower, jump on a bandwagon of somebody else. Always understand that it's your time. Everybody has their time. And when the time is right, the things that are aligned for you and you put yourself in position, it's gonna happen for you. And never try to rush the success of your future, because if you are early stages in your life, you will put yourself in situations to where you probably can't come back from situations, whether getting in trouble, hanging with the wrong people, making a ton of kids, going broke, spending money, unnecessary money. You put yourself in jeopardy or in harm's way to where you cannot recover from certain things. So I'm pretty much just giving you game on the things that I learned late, because if I could go back to my early 20s, I would have got it right. You know what I'm saying? So just think about what I was saying. I'm no perfect human being, and none of us are ever gonna be perfect. And the thing is if you understand what I'm saying, then you pretty much saying, okay, well, I'm in a place in my life to where I want to better my life. I want to find more, things to do with my life. I want to learn more things, and you're pretty much in the right position. If you're watching this video, God wanted you to see this video. You feel me? Like, you're not watching this video by chance. So just think, early 20s, what I would do what I would have done in my early 20s, I pretty much had a chance to start over, and I'm pretty much telling you what I would have done, and this is what I would have done. You feel me? So like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you think in the comment section below if you understood what I was saying. And you know, we're gonna keep these videos cracking out, and I'm gonna keep giving y'all some game on how to become successful. I am successful in my own life, and I can tell you from the things that I've been through, and it's not a walk in the park, but it's a learning progress. I'm 33. I'm still in my young era, but at the end of the day, I ain't got time to play. You feel me? And you don't have time to play. And I want you to learn what I did not know at the age of 20. I'm gonna teach that to you, and how to set yourself up, build your credit, how to, make more money. At an early age, you don't have to be my age to make over six figures or seven figures. You could do it at the age of 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to have the right information, and that's why I'm making my videos, to teach you how to have the right information, and how to be the best version of yourself. So with further ado, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video, and I'm out. It's Talks to Cornelius. Peace.